For nearly 30 years, Zak Starkey was more than just a drummer for The Who. He was family. As the son of Beatles legend, Ringo Starr, rock and roll runs in his veins. But unlike many legacy musicians, Zak didn't ride on his father's name. He carved out his own path.
Well, it was great. I mean, The Who are my son's band. You know, he was a Who fan. Keith Moon was Uncle Keith to him. And so, you know, he felt he should have been in the band 10 years earlier, actually.
When he joined The Who in the mid-1990s, stepping in to fill the chaotic, legendary shoes of the late Keith Moon, it wasn't nostalgia that secured his spot. If you're not familiar with Keith Moon, he was the original drummer for The Who and one of the most unpredictable forces in rock history. By the late 1970s, after years of wild behavior and heavy drinking, Moon was trying to get his life under control. He began taking medication designed to curb his alcohol cravings, hoping for a fresh start. But on September 7th, 1978, just days after attending the premiere of a film honoring the band's success, Moon was found dead at age 32. He had overdosed on the very medication meant to help him. There was no grand exit, no final drum solo, just a quiet, tragic, and accidental end.
Anyway, The Who's drummer today is Ringo Starr of the Beatles' son, Zak Starkey. And Zak Starkey was given by his dad, Ringo Starr, a guitar when he was 10 years old. Well, Keith Moon changed all that because Keith Moon gave Zak Starkey a drum kit. And then the story unfolds.
It was raw, undeniable talent. His drumming was explosive, yet controlled. Wild, yet focused. He didn't try to be Moon. He honored him and made the kit his own. For years, fans praised him as the glue that held the modern version of The Who together. But in 2025, the harmony shattered. And it wasn't quiet. It all started in March. The Who was playing London's iconic Royal Albert Hall. It should have been another victory lap for the band, but instead, lead singer Roger Daltrey stopped the show, not once, but several times, to criticize the drumming. "I can't hear the key," he said, audibly frustrated. "It's too loud." That comment, broadcast across the arena, echoed far beyond the walls of the venue. Fans whispered, social media buzzed, and soon the backstage tension spilled into public view. In April, Zak Starkey was officially fired. Just like that. But hold on, the band quickly walked it back. Pete Townshend said it was a misunderstanding, a communication issue. Within days, Zak was back behind the drums. It looked like the band had patched things up. Business as usual. Or so it seemed. Then came May. On May 18th, Pete Townshend made an announcement on Instagram. Zak Starkey is stepping away from The Who to focus on other projects. The post was calm, respectful, maybe even a little dull. It seemed like a graceful exit. But the next day, Zak broke his silence. And the truth, or at least his truth, came out swinging. "I didn't quit," he said. "I was fired again." Even more shocking, he claimed that the band asked him to lie, to say he left voluntarily, to make it seem amicable. But Zak refused. "I wasn't going to lie to the fans," he insisted. "I never missed a show. I gave this band everything." He pushed back on the idea that his outside projects were a distraction. Yes, he's worked with Oasis, the Lightning Seeds, Johnny Marr, but never, not once, did he let it interfere with The Who. In his eyes, those collaborations made him a better musician, not a less committed one. Now, stepping into Zak's place is drummer Scott Devours, a talented player known for his work with Daltrey's solo band. Devours is no stranger to big stages, But let's be real, replacing Starkey, especially in the middle of a farewell tour, is no small task. Even Devourers admitted the weight of it all, calling Zack's shoes impossible to fill. What now? Zack moves on, focusing on his own music. He walks away with pride. Maybe not peace, but pride. Meanwhile, The Who moves forward too. One last tour. For a band that once warned us, don't get fooled again, this parting feels like a sad kind of deja vu. And fans everywhere are left wondering, how did it end like this?